the plant got me here. The plant got me healthy. The plant got me successful for so many things. I knew I needed to do more. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to help more. I wanted to just be more involved with the cannabis plant. And as much as I wish I didn't have to deal with the hardness of it, I'm here for it. Otherwise, it's never going to get normalized. The stigma is never going to go away. And I'm just never going to shut the fuck up about it.
Welcome back to another video from the Cannabis Coaching Institute. My name is Andrea Maharg, and I'm the program director. And I'm doing a series of videos where I get to interview some of our star students and grads. And I have been waiting to share this particular interview with you for a while because Renee Leonard, who you're going to meet very soon, is all of the things. So I'm really excited to talk to you today, Renee. Can you tell me where in the world you are? And can you tell me what you were doing before you found CCI?
Oh, hi, Andrea. I'm so excited to be here. It's so nice to speak with you one-on-one and have this connection. I feel like, you're as a student, you're so involved, and then you come out and you get so involved in many other things, you lose that direct connection. So this is wonderful. Thank you for having me. I am in upstate New York, right along the Vermont border. And before CCI, I was a stay-at-home mom. We have 5 kids total, just trying to find my way, making money from home. Like going out of the house wasn't an option. I needed to be home. They were all little. And I just was always looking for something. And one day I was heavy into Facebook groups, and I was in Emily Kyle's Cannabis Edibles group. And just casually going in there, trying to learn how to make my own canna butter, do these things. And she put a post up looking for a paid Facebook group moderator. I'm like, oh my God, this is what I've been doing. I work with moms. I do all of these things for free, for fun. And now I can get paid to do this. So I applied. It was like a match made in heaven instantly. So after working with her for about a year, I knew I needed to do more. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to help more. I wanted to just be more involved with the cannabis plant. It's been my ally since my teenage years. And now that I was getting paid to talk to people how to use cannabis, I was like, okay, this might be my calling in life. So I started looking into different programs, and there wasn't much out there that really resonated with me. And I found a couple of YouTube videos from Michelle Crawford, actually. And she was just in her backyard talking about what is a cannabis coach and what is the Cannabis Coaching Institute. And I just kept coming back to them and coming back to them. And I'm like, okay, let me see what this CCI is all about. And CCI was offering their 3-day how to launch a successful cannabis business challenge. And I was like, I'm in. And I went into that challenge, poured all my heart and soul into it, and came up with a business idea that really I would still love to do today. So once I did that 3-day challenge, the cohort started shortly after. And it was the best decision I could have ever made, ever, hands down.
So many things to unpack there. I'm so excited. First of all, folks, did you hear 5 kids? Mom of 5 kids, and still has energy to do things. That's freaking wonderful. Second, if you haven't already followed Emily Kyle, I'm going to drop a link to her stuff down below. Go check out her stuff if you're into healthy cannabis edibles and DIYing. I can hardly get over the fact that it's just been a year for you since you started. That's incredible because I know the audience doesn't know yet, but I know some of the things that you've done since you graduated. Tell us about it. What are you doing now a full year out?
So yeah, actually today that we're interviewing this or recording this marks the 1 year that I received my certification. And I'm like, only a year? How is that even a thing? And it's been so incredible. I can't even, every day I'm like, is this my life? Is this really my life? Since graduating, I'm still with Emily Kyle. I still am a health coach with her and the chief happiness officer. It's a lot of beginner basic coaching. I don't offer any direct one-on-one coaching through there. It's all done through our group communities, which is fantastic. Over 37,000 people in our Facebook group and then 3,200 people in our private community. So that's really honed in my skills of educating. But since I have tried to find my own path of being a health coach and what direction should I go, and I've done a few clients with the program that CCI, with the structure that they've provided. And, I just kept moving along. And it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. Like I was comfortable with Emily Kyle, but I wasn't comfortable going out on my own. So along my journey, I came across WeCan, which is the Women's Empowered Cannabis Advocates Network. And they are a tribe of sisters who get you. It's all about life and business. And being a part of that group, I have been able to see that I have skills that many other people don't. I have social media skills, I have design skills, and I realized that a lot of them were coming to me for help and they had questions. And then before I knew it, I was hosting summer sessions every month, but I did an email marketing one a few months ago, and it was the first time I had ever presented anything. So working with everybody, it's really allowed me to see that I can support small business owners in the cannabis industry with strength that other people can't. Like they've gone to get social media marketers and they've gone to get advice from other people, and it's just not the same. So I'm leaning into being a digital marketing specialist for cannabis coaches. I love being a part of businesses who the owners are passionate and I can be passionate for their business as well.
So this is what fascinates me all the time. In the 6 years I've been with CCI, it's fascinating that all the students get the same curriculum, and many students, when they come out, have like a very specific path. I was going to be a cannabis health coach for moms. And I know that's what you were going to do too, like, because it had been so impactful for you. And I did the same thing as you did. I did some full cannabis health coaching, and it just wasn't my passion. It wasn't exactly where I wanted to go. So I like forged this new path as like a cannabis educator, focused on like the nerdy side and teaching people about that. Kirsty, who, if you watched one of our previous videos, is the founder of WeCan. She saw a need for a community of women coming together to support each other, to make sure that we can get this word out to the world about cannabis being healthy. Michelle Crawford, who you just mentioned, same thing. Like now she's running retreats and events. And you are realizing that you came into the program with all these skills that like maybe you didn't like see that they meshed with cannabis coaching. And it turns out that maybe your gift in this world, as far as getting cannabis out to everybody, is helping everybody else amplify their voices. So it just fascinates me to watch as everyone combines what they're good at, what they're passionate about, what skills they bring to the table, and like mix it with cannabis, and then poof, out comes a new specialized profession that like we didn't know we needed before. I love it.
So that's the best thing about our industry, right? Like we can forge our own paths and we can be anything we want to be. And I love that actually that you hit on that, because when I went into CCI, I had the mind like I'm a great assistant. Emily Kyle, I am her right hand. I have been my whole life. I have been everybody's assistant. I'm like, now's the time for me to be the boss, right? Like I need to step out of that assistant position and do for myself and be the boss. And I tried so hard. And, I went through the CCI and I established myself and I established a name for myself. And you know what? I find myself, I am the best assistant, but I am my boss and I am assistant to businesses that mean something to me, that mean something to the owner. And it's nice to be able to be doing all of the things I'm good at in a space that I love with the people that I love and making money doing it. It's incredible.
And serving the plant. This is what I keep coming back to, is that every successful graduate from CCI, and likely every student, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming every student who pushes purchase is like, I love this plant so much. More people need to know about it. But there's so many problems in the cannabis industry. Like people don't know, but like everything is upside down for us. When you were talking earlier about being a digital marketing specialist and that people had gone to like outside agencies to get help with this, it turns out that everything is different in the cannabis industry. So to have somebody who's passionate about the plant and understands the limitations of this industry and is a perfect assistant and wants to watch your business grow, there's nothing better for a business owner than to find you too, you know?
And that's why I'm called the Chief Happiness Officer. Like, it's like just the perfect name for me and my passion. I've had the opportunity to expand outside of the cannabis industry, right? Like, my skills can go to any industry. I can go to any business that I want to. And even in recently rebranding my website, I kind of took cannabis out of there to get away from well, maybe I won't have to worry about, payments and banking and if they're checking my website. And you know what? F that. I don't want to drop the F bomb, but screw that. Like, I am doing this for the plant. It's what I'm passionate about. And I'm not going to shut up because I'm afraid I'm going to lose my banking, or I'm afraid I'm not going to have a contract with a certain business. Like, I am in this. The plant got me here. The plant got me healthy. The plant got me successful for so many things. And I'm going to do that for other people. I don't know why I even considered not including cannabis as part of my marketing or as part of my thing. But in reality, that's what people need. And that's what I want to do. And that's what I'm good at. And shame on me for even considering not including cannabis in part of my thing. But that's the reality of what we deal with. It's scary and it's hard. And as much as I wish I didn't have to deal with the hardness of it, I'm here for it. Otherwise, it's never going to get normalized. The stigma is never going to go away. And I'm just never going to shut the fuck up about it.
I love it so much. I often reflect on how grateful I am that I'm here able to do this work in a legal country. I don't have any fear about talking about cannabis. And I know that I'm standing on the shoulders of all these people who did this work before me. And it's a really interesting place to be once you're in the industry for a while, realizing oh, other people are going to stand on our shoulders because we weren't afraid. We decided not to shut up. We are in service of the plan. So it's wonderful to be part of this real movement of helping everyone understand how awesome this plant is, and to be a little bit brave and a little bit fuck you to the man, to whatever it is. It's an empowering place to be sometimes.
Yeah. And standing in our truth and standing in our right, it's hard. It's as a mom, especially of 5 kids, you know how many times I have to tuck my tail between my legs because I want the best for my kids or whatever it is. And I'm done doing that. This plant is being, shamed and put down and illegalized for what? There's no good reason behind it. And I'm not going to stand for it anymore.
Where are you going next?
I feel like I'm finally fine-tuned where I'm going, right, in the digital marketing space and helping other coaches. So, supporting Emily Kyle, supporting We Can. I am now newly elected as a board of director as Education, which is a nonprofit organization for cannabis educators. So I'm looking forward to see where that goes. And it's just so much good things, all plant focused and all the good things.
We'll leave a link down to Education as well. They're another fabulous education network, and their goal is to be the reliable source of cannabis information in the country. So that's fantastic that you were just elected to the board. Again, when you came out of CCI, and I knew you were going to be a health coach for moms because I could tell that you were going to be great at that. You were so passionate about it. And here we are a year later, and it's a totally different direction and still probably exactly where you need it to go.
Yeah, I had to go through all the motions and the cannabis coaching for moms. And, I tried it and went through the motions, and you really just have to be brave. It really is going back to having that courage of entrusting the process. Go through everything, try all the things, don't be afraid. And even now, as I move into this new direction, I don't know if it's really a new, but as I get more aligned, I'm open to wherever it may bring me. This may be where I am now. Who knows? Next year, we may be having a whole nother conversation. So much is coming. So much is changing. Everything is just growing and getting bigger and better. And it's all magical.
And if you, dear watcher or listener, want to come join the magic so that you can get this amazing curriculum, amazing support, amazing community, and you can find your own path. Maybe you think you know where you're already going, but multiple CCI grads will tell you that maybe that's not where you're going to land. But if you want to come and check us out, head to cannabiscoachinginstitute.com Or we have a version of that challenge that Renee was talking about off the top, the 3 steps to launching a successful cannabis wellness business. We have a version of that on our webinar right now, which is a free webinar that you can take. It's under an hour. And in that video, Corinne, the founder of CCI, walks you through many of the different avenues that you can follow if you want to make some money in this cannabis industry, and helps you really refine, like, what kind of training would you need in order to get where you wanted to go. So go check that out as well. It's at cannabiscoachinginstitute.com. You can see at the top, it's a free webinar. We will leave links to everything a la Renee down below. Thank you so much for being here and sharing some of your time with us, because like, it's summer, you have 5 kids, you have a busy business. So I really appreciate you being here and sharing space with us.
I'm so glad I could be here, and again, supporting new coaches or coaches that are still lost on their path and everything, right? Like, we just need to be open and talk about it and never shut the fuck up. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to doing this again.